You're listening to TGI Sports Talk with your host, Keith Angle, on Northeast Streaming Sports.
Hey guys, Keith Angle for TGI Sports Talk. How are you this afternoon? Listen, my weekly vlog. We're going to be very positive today. Major League Baseball's Field of Dreams game last night. The White Sox and the Yankees. Guys, what a great 3 or 4 hours, depending on how much you watched of the pregame and the game itself. What a great few hours of nostalgia-like baseball. Yeah, there was some of today's game that creeped into it, and the fact that it was 9-8, but it was a fun game to watch. The visuals were amazing. The aerial shots of the cornfields and this beautiful rustic kind of ballpark that they built in the middle of these cornfields. On the other side of the actual field where they filmed the movie Field of Dreams, where that farmhouse still sits, and people can go and see it and play catch on it with their dads, like Kevin Costner did in the movie with his dad. All of the ways they put this together. Now, some people might think it was just, again, it was very scripted, but they had the right script. It was an awesome script from Kevin Costner talking over some of the intros, his entrance through the cornfield, him walking around the field itself as he did in the movie, and then turning and seeing the players from the Yankees and the White Sox coming out through the corn in the same uniforms of the era. The White Sox wearing the shoeless Joe Jackson era uniforms. They look great in them, by the way. The Yankees look great in the throwback uniforms, even though the Yankee uniforms haven't changed much over the years. You saw the subtle differences, the larger NY on the cap. There's no white outlines on the numbers, and the numbers were blue, that dark navy blue instead of black that they use today. Just a tremendous, the sites that they showed, the way the fences, it would have been great if they didn't have to have fences, but you have to have them for safety purposes and, whatever. But just being able to see the corn over the fences and actually making the fences look like they're part of the cornfields, and the dugouts looked like they were made from, the wood from old railroad ties, and the umpire being from Iowa and actually a stand-in for the original umpire that was supposed to do the game and was one of the key figures in putting this thing together with Major League Baseball. What a brilliant idea, finally, from Major League Baseball, who gets so much wrong. They hit a home run with last night. You may not like Joe Buck, but I think Joe Buck did a great job last night in bringing those pictures to life in words as well. And the fact that Kevin Costner joined him and John Smoltz in the booth last night. And the fact that watching Abreu's home run and Judge's home run go deep into the corn early in this game. So much fun. Players chewing on corn instead of seeds or bubble gum. The players really seemed to enjoy it. And it wasn't a job, and it wasn't, whatever. Some of the joyless regular season games we seem to get. And you had a movie finish to this game. The Yankees go ahead in the ninth when they're trailing on a home run by Stanton, only to be upstaged in the bottom of the ninth with a walk-off 2-run homer by Tim Anderson, who is way underrated as far as great players in the game today. But the job that Major League Baseball, and I'm sure Fox did to some extent, to put this whole thing together, 39 cameras and 50 microphones all over the place, multiple aerial drones showing shots, I think it's the first time Fox has used drones as part of a game. And you've got some unbelievable pictures. And if you didn't watch this, go to YouTube and find some of the video. It was so, look at, I love Field of Dreams. Field of Dreams is the best baseball movie ever made. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen. And I'm a movie buff. Definitely the best baseball movie ever made. In my top 10 of best movies of all time. The James Earl Jones speech from that movie, which I did play during the pregame last night about baseball. Amazing. Makes the hair stand up on my neck every time. And I felt that myself feel the same way when I saw those players come out of that cornfield last night. No, it wasn't Shoeless Joe Jackson. No, it wasn't all these other old-time guys, but I felt like the players felt like they were little kids again last night playing on this small field, 8,000 people there, out in the middle of nowhere. Just a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful moment for baseball. Now, they can't screw this up, right? I mean, how can you screw this up? The hockey has their Winter Classic every year where they play outside. And they've done a good job of keeping that going and not getting old on them. And just a tremendous job last night that will go on. The White Sox have got to be part of this forever. You cannot do this and play other major league teams in there. It doesn't have to be the Yankees every year. But it definitely has to be the White Sox. They're the Shoeless Joe and the White Sox of old were too big a part of the moment in the movie. They have to continue to be part of this. And it's going to become a yearly event. It was too big. I don't know what the viewership's going to end up being, but the fact that this was on Fox Sports on a Thursday night and not on, ESPN or TBS or, or even the team's local regional broadcast, just tells you how important this was. And it's hard to duplicate something as special as this going forward, right? But Major League Baseball needs to seize this moment. And they need to do a really good, they did a great job of marketing this thing. Listen, I wanted to go to this in the worst way. We had plans last year before COVID hit to actually go last year. Then COVID hit and they weren't revisited. Very tough ticket to get, by the way. And I got to tell you, Kevin Costner being there made this all even better. Him coming through that, they asked him during the game, obviously, how it felt coming through there. And did it feel like, that moment of solace walking through the cornfields? And he kind of said, well, you can call that a moment of solace if you want, but there was 2 cameras following me, so it was a little bit different. So I felt there's no way that they can screw this up. So Major League Baseball, kudos to you. I've been very tough on you this year, last year, and for a lot of years about a lot of things wrong with the game. You did something really, really good here. I hope you guys agree. But if you don't agree with me, please post. Tell me why I'm wrong. And if you do agree, like and share this. If you don't agree, like and share this. Or you don't have to like it. You can put up a negative comment. I don't care. But share this with your friends. I wish I could show some of the highlights without probably getting myself kicked off of Facebook. So I'm not going to even try. I was going to play the James Earl Jones speech, but then I was afraid I would have some kind of issue there too. So we won't even do it. I will tell you, please go watch it. Every time I start to feel bad about baseball, that clip finds its way into my life somehow. It just will show up on a Facebook feed. It'll, I'll be on YouTube and I'll do some silly search and all of a sudden there it is. And it tells me that baseball is still here and the baseball that I love is still here and can and will be a great game. It still is a great game. It'll be a better game again. Listen to that James Earl Jones speech about how, America's been, built and plowed under and rebuilt again and over again. And through it all, baseball's been there. Baseball's been through some rough times. I think baseball's going through a bit of a rough time now. This is a turning point right now. Latch onto this, Major League Baseball, Rob Manfred. You've got something good here. Capitalize on it. Do more than sell jerseys from it. Fix the game, Rob. Last night's game made me feel so good about the memories that I have from a movie that moved me more than I can say, to memories of a game that moved me more than I can say, at moments throughout my life. We can still feel that again. I felt it last night. I know it's still there. And I hope you guys felt the same way, because it was a fun few hours. Guys, thanks for watching. I hope you agree. If you don't, doesn't matter. That's what life's about. Just like and share it. Give me your negative comments. Give me your positive comments. Keith Engel for TGI Sports Talk right here on the Northeast Streaming Sports Network. I'm out of here. See you later.